Now, Richard Marles and Penny Wong are in the UK right now, and they've announced more Australian help for Ukraine. What have they been up to?
Well, that's right. Senator Wong and the Deputy Prime Minister have been travelling through the UK and Europe, and they announced earlier in the week they will continue to support Ukraine. Now, we know that they have been supportive of Ukraine, but they've continued this through until at least the end of next year. And this is obviously extremely beneficial for Ukraine to have Australia and the UK support base behind them. But of course, there also remains the questions of what is the Australian government doing with Israel? And we know there are many questions being answered about the way that the Australian government is dealing with the war in Gaza. And that's obviously been a problem. And again, shifting headlines away from what the government is doing with Ukraine.
Now, a lot of Australians, I'm sure, are preparing to head over to the UK over the holidays, but you've written a story today that theft is out of control over there. An estimated 78,000 people have had their phones or bags stolen in the last year, which is up 150%. What's going on?
Caleb, if you're coming over to the UK, beware, because thieving here is on an absolute high. There's phone snatching. It's this whole wave. I didn't realise until I got here how massive this is. There's warnings in the street. There's people being urged to not even have their phone in the palm of their hand on the tube or in the train stations. People are snatching them. They're going on electric bikes. These thieving criminals are stealing phones from people's hands. It's wild over here. You really have to watch your possessions. Crime, this petty crime, is absolutely at one of their highs here. And there's warnings all the time. You see people at Tube not using their phones now. A lot of people very much on guard. And this actually happened to former Treasurer Joe Hockey, who was in Leicester Square last week, and he had his phone stolen from his coat jacket.
There you go. Sounds like the pickpockets have made it over from the continent. But if there's one good thing about it, if it means people are using their phones less on the tube, maybe they'll start reading newspapers again. Wouldn't that be great? Sophie Elsworth, thank you for your time. Merry Christmas.